Hey everybody, welcome to Chapter 7, Lesson 5 on the Great Depression and the causes of the Great Depression today. Mr. Knorr and I couldn't quite agree on the mnemonic. Which one was the better one?
Yeah, it's tough.
Things were tough, or people fought.
Yeah, tough all over. Well, let's talk about them. The mnemonics, tariffs, the T, tariffs. Tariffs are taxes on goods. And we're talking about here imported goods, mostly for us. Things that are coming in our country. And then we have to worry about sending them over to Europe or other countries and having them taxed by them. So tariffs strangled international trade because nobody wanted to have those tariffs because they were so expensive. They were making your product cost so much to sell it somewhere. So no one bought from or sold to other countries.
So now we're going to try and explain it in a little more detail, a little bit faster.
Looking at cars, we had this nice little trade going where, let's use BMW or Volkswagen, that they would sell cars to us. We also sell cars to Europe, and everyone makes some nice money. But when things start to get a little bit tight and companies start selling a little bit less cars in America, then we ask Congress to put a tariff on all the stuff coming in, so that now it's a little more expensive, maybe by a few $1,000s, a few $100s. Actually, a few $100s would be more realistic. But then eventually they respond with their own tariffs, and then we ultimately just stop selling as many things. I'm repeating myself here. This is important because it will hurt American businesses. It is bad for American business, which you can understand would lead to or be a bit bad for depression. But it's also just the thought of this tariff, the Smoot-Hawley tariff. Not that that matters. The Smoot-Hawley tariff is what it's called, and the just knowing that that is going to get passed kind of triggers some anxiety and nervousness in the stock market.
The next reason, we're going to look a little bit at how the stock market works to understand this.
But if, let's say this dude here, we'll call him Phil. Phil wants a little piece of, what is this thing, Edison? American Telephone and Telegraph Company. There's Alexander Graham Bell. So he wants to buy a little piece of AT&T, a company that was doing very well because people are buying telephones. So Phil is thinking, you know what, if I buy a piece of this company, I'll do pretty well because it's going to be worth a little bit now, but maybe a lot later on. So Phil might pay $5 for this. But then Phil realizes in a few years, wow, that $5 went to 10. That's pretty good. That's doubling of price. Now Phil looks back on it and says, boy, if I bought like a lot more of these, 5 times 5, $25, and so on. So Phil realizes, wow, I could buy a lot of stock and then have that money double in a few years because it's got this pattern where you can kind of see it going up, 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 up. So Phil might be right here thinking, you know what, it's going to keep going up, so I might as well, start buying more stock. But the idea is Phil's not rich yet. Phil wants to become rich. And buying all this stock to get maybe $500, like that's not really worth it for him. So he realizes that if he goes to the bank and borrows from the bank, kind of like you borrow money for a house or a car, and he borrows money from the bank, and then he puts that into the stock market, and then he gets out a lot more stock, which he knows will be worth a lot more money. So he's not even worried about this money here that he borrowed. He knows that he'll make that money back, and he'll be able to pay off the bank with the money he makes from this stock going up in value. So they call this... Where am I? Here I am. They call this over-speculation on stocks, because you're speculating, you're guessing. If I speculate, I'm guessing. He's guessing that this is going to be worth a lot of money, and he's betting that money that he can make enough money off of these stocks to pay back the bank for this money that he borrowed. Now, whose money is that? That money belongs to all these investors, all these people who've just been putting their money into the bank, every paycheck, they're working at some factory maybe, but they're just putting their money in the bank. Phil takes that money for a ride. Phil is betting that he is going to be able to pay that back. These banks come and they ask Phil for his money. Where's our money, Phil? And Phil's like, frowny face, I don't have it. So the bank suddenly, a little note on how the banks work. Banks don't keep everybody's money here all the time. They make money by using that money, giving it to Steve here. By keeping that money circulating, they get money back in the form of interest, and that's how banks make their money. So they don't just keep your money there. But you can kind of assume that when this guy, we'll call him Roger, when Roger comes and says, can I have my money? The bank's like, sure, yeah, Roger, we probably have money for Roger. The bank won't have enough money if all these people come asking for their money back. And as this panic starts to set in, as everyone realizes this is a pretty big bubble and it's probably going to burst, this dude lost that money. These people can't get that money because it's not there. And sadly, the bank shuts down, and the bank shuts down, and there's nothing to do. The bank is gone, and their money, their life savings, it's just gone. It's just gone. So the second cause of the Great Depression, over-speculation on stocks. So people were excited about the stock market, excited about all this money coming from the big business boom that we've been looking at, and that excitement kind of gets people borrowing more money than they can afford, thinking this is kind of like a magic machine. And the last thing, if you look at this little thing over here, the Fed, the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve, their job is kind of a backup, and they're the ones who control how much money is in circulation. So when you guys fantasize about, well, they just print more money, make more money, the Federal Reserve is the one who makes those choices about, do we print more money, what do we do? They could have backed these banks up and said, don't worry, we'll cover that loan. Don't worry, we'll cover that loan. And if you see now, banks have this thing that says FDIC. That means your money is insured. So even if something happens and Phil messes with gambling on over-speculation on stocks, it's okay, the federal government will back up that bank so it won't close, and you won't lose all your money, all your life savings. But back then, there was a thing called, I think the term is laissez-faire. I think I'm spelling that right. Laissez-faire, it's a French word that means leave it free or leave it alone. It means don't touch this stuff. The government should stay out, leave it alone, let things run its course, like survival of the fittest. If that zebra is missing a leg, then let the lion eat it because it keeps the stupid zebra from, messing up the whole system. So because we believed in this system of laissez-faire, and we still kind of do today, we stayed out of it, we did nothing, and these banks shut down. So that third reason, is
The Federal Reserve failed to prevent the collapse of banks, and banks ran out of money, and they closed down. And we thought that would just be, okay, these are banks that made stupid decisions, and they kind of deserve to go away. That's survival of the fittest. And but that we realized that was a huge problem. Now, without banks, a lot of things shut down. We won't go into that much today because this may hurt your head from all the economics.
But the big day comes October 29th, 1929, when somebody starts, they sell. One guy sees one guy selling his stocks, and one guy sees his guy selling his stocks. Because when you're selling stocks, you want to buy when the stock is down here, and you want to sell right at that spot right there. Buy low, sell high. That's when you make the most money with the least investment. And at this point, when you see one person start to sell and one start to sell, it triggers this massive thing where everybody is suddenly panicked. It doesn't normally happen like that because everyone kind of thinks, this is just kind of a normal thing that happens in the long run. Stay with the stock market, hold it for a while. But because everybody panics and freaks out, the next crash, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be that guy. You want to be here. So that date, October 29th, 1929, it's worth writing that down. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.